Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you how I make my MEP parts, and this is not very helpful because I don't really know how to explain it, but this was requested by someone, so may as well do it. Actually, it's been a while since you guys have heard my voice. Actually, I think the last video that I had my voice in was this one. Anyway, let's get started. So, first, kind of like the edits, which I do for some parts. And I'm just going to give you some advice when you're actually like choosing your part. I like to choose parts like not necessarily that sound the best, but like the ones which you can visualize the most. For example, in this one, no, in Ocean Eyes, that's a better example. The one that I did was obviously the text or like the words used in it was walking in a world gone blind, or however you want to say it, because I forgot already. Yes, I have very bad memory, and also I talk very fast. So anyway, and I chose that because you can, if you, when you're listening to the song, you can kind of picture, or at least I can kind of picture that image in my head. Whereas if it's just a bunch of words being repeated, like, no offense to this song if you guys really like it, but in Savage Love, like, it's just like Savage Love, da 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 da. Like, personally, I can't really find anything that goes along in that picture line. So I usually avoid those types of maps. Anyway, I like to call what I do for maps like lazy edits or simple edits, where I kind of just get the picture or like the screenshot, and sometimes I just like adjust some things and like add some shading, very lazy shading too. And yeah, that's all I kind of do, but like I feel like it's still effective. That's in my opinion though. You guys might still see my MEP parts as lazy. And I understand that lots of people want you to try your hardest in their MEP, and I understand that. It's just sometimes, why do I feel like I'm going so controversial right now? I feel like I'm just like talking about politics. Anyway, I kind of get so off topic. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. Off topic. Oh, by the way, I usually keep the green screen as the background because then I can just save it as a PNG. Is that what you call it? Oh my gosh. I'm like acting all like, OMG, I know everything. But then I'm kind of just like actually new to this. I think I started at the beginning of this year. Maybe a bit later because that's when I got my Apple Pencil. Anyway, then I use KineMaster and I go in and do all this type of stuff. I just like every map I feel like is different. Also, sorry for the background music. It's just I'm kind of like too lazy to go cut it out. Anyway, I'm just showing you how I usually do my backgrounds, and usually when I'm thinking, it takes like it doesn't come to me immediately, but I like usually spend a little bit of free time just thinking, listening to the song or my part like a million times and being like, okay, so this part sounds like it could be like that, this part sounds like it could go with that, and stuff like that. Sometimes I like to include typography, however you want to say it. It's a really fancy word, and I'm not used to fancy words. Anyway, so I like to do that, and I like to use all the fancy texts and colors and all that fancy stuff. But sometimes I like to use IBS Paint because, like, sometimes you can get more colors and more stuff in it. So that's what I'm doing now. I actually only use the apps I only really use is sometimes QCut if I'm doing like tweening and fancy stuff. KineMaster and IBS Paint. Honestly, if I'm being honest, oh my gosh. Anyway, honestly, if I'm being honest, the IBS Paint and IBS Paint X are pretty much nothing really different, except in IBS Paint you don't have to pay for the brushes and you don't have to watch an ad, unlike in IBS Paint X. So just giving you a mini review. So yeah, and here I'm just like, in IBS Paint there's so many tools you can use, so many. For example, there's like the frames, the mirrors, the backgrounds, the really cool brushes, like amazing. Also, in this, I think I'm using Magic Eraser. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it shows you. Don't mind my home screen, my like a million notifications, because I'm in this chat group and I'm telling you, they're like crazy. Anyway, and like just simple edits like this where you just make the shading like where it's like dark on one side and light on the other side. At this point, I kind of feel like I'm going a bit crazy right now. I'm like getting all my talkative side out of me right now, talking to my screen and watching the video play. But basically, I like to do all these, like, I don't really do anything too fancy, because sometimes simple is just nice, especially when it's compared in the MEP all together. That MEP, usually there's all this fancy typography. I think I just said it right. And it's like overly done. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that sometimes it's nice to have a bit of contrast in there. Also, can we talk about how annoying this key thing is? Little details like making the character blink often, not too often, but like just I feel like someone's gonna ask this, but no one's probably gonna ask this because I have like 45 subscribers and it's not like everyone keeps track of me. But this boy character, if I'm being honest, I do have a life, but no one's it's not necessarily a crush, I just think he's really nice. I guess he kind of looks like that. I just kind of lost my like creativity there. Anyway, in this part, I was kind of struggling with the part where it says we aren't counting money or whatever it said. So I'm just like, okay, well, what if there's a family who's focused on money and is going through some money issues and like payment issues, and they have to focus on the money, whereas me and this other dude you know, I don't know why I use my own character as that. Anyway, I just like sitting here counting the stars, looking up at the dark sky, looking at the bright things that come out of there, little shines. Wow, this is like a whole talk fest. I'm talking so much. I'm just watching my own video right now. Oh, I struggled with the tears because the thing is, this is the first time I've ever drawn tears, because I guess you could say I'm more of a bright person. I don't know how to describe myself, but I just like didn't know what to do, so I was kind of like freaking out. So I just did bubbles with dots and more lines coming down. Also, I kind of did like a wife and like her husband, or a wife and her son. I don't really know what a wife is. A mother and her son. I just wasn't too sure. Also, can we talk about this? Like, I kind of struggled here because like the thing is, I basically ditched the background which I was going to use, which I thought was beautiful. But then I just like added all these things on top. This is what I was talking about in IBS Paint, how there's these amazing frames. They saved my life. Literally. Look at how much better that made it. IBS Paint is a savior. I really recommend it. This is not a sponsorship. I'm like way too like unknown. I feel like I need to play the Into the Unknown from Frozen right now. Anyway, yeah. Also, you know what's good about KineMaster Premium? You get filters. Better filters than just the normal filters. Oop, well, I got carried away anyway. Apparently, it's the end of the video. I have no more, like, things to show you. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you made it to the end, please comment down below, because I'm surprised